Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, and sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I say, I did the sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in the season. Him leaf never ever wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff with the wind driveth away. Therefore, the heathen them, they have a go time upon judgment, and the sinner man them in the congregation of the righteous for the Lord God's job. Never the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man, them always and always I will perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Joe! This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshodom, where we speak truth to power. Friday edition. My brother, my sister, and I'm most excited to be with you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screens. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. This is where we speak truth to power. And by next year, we should have our own radio and TV stations. We expect that you will support us. Thank you so much. Keep supporting us. We love you and we'll keep speaking truth to power. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshodom, where we speak truth to power. Now we call this show the Black Pot because in every traditional African home there is a black pot. And in that black pot, anytime it sits on the fire, there is so much happening. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes, aromas and flavors find themselves in the black pot by choice. And then gradual heating will give us sumptuous food for the nourishment of the family and beyond. It's the black pot. Here, we do the same thing. Several ideas come into play. We pick the best and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshodom, and here we speak truth to power. Today we have 3 stories where we share with you as quickly as we can. Number 1, watch this. It is visa-free to Ghana for all Africans. Nana Akufo-Addo is about to leave office, and it looks like he's trying to leave a certain mark before he leaves. Right now, if you are coming to Ghana and you hold any passport from Africa, you don't need a visa. You come to Ghana straight away. Wudemaya broke the news. He has been looking for that for so long. We had fought that battle years back, and we keep fighting. Wudemaya jumped into the fray, having been inspired by a lot of these fights that went on in the past, and he posted it out of excitement. This was what he put out. A borderless Africa. Your Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, thank you. President Akufo-Addo has approved free visa travel to Ghana for all African passport holders, effective 2025. That's what it is. My brother. So right now, anywhere you are in Africa, we already have that deal with Jamaica and some other Caribbean countries. All you need to do is to pack your bag, jump onto the next plane, and boom, you are right here, visa-free. Congratulations. We're looking for that for the whole of Africa. Anywhere you go in Africa, we don't want to be restricted by borders. That is what we are looking for. Now watch the story that was published on Asase Radio. Watch it, man. Now, Akufo-Addo grants executive approval for visa-free travel to Ghana for all Africans. And with this approval by Akufo-Addo, Ghana will become the 5th country on the continent to institute such a policy. We will find out which other countries they are. Run the story. President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has fulfilled the promise made last January to international participants, mainly business executives, at the Africa Prosperity Dialogues 2024. His promise was to allow visa-free travel to Ghana for citizens of all other African countries before his term of office expired on January 6, 2025. This will be a major boost for the African Union's ongoing efforts to allow the free movement of goods, people, and services as the continent works towards implementing the world's largest single market involving at least 55 nation states. Asasi News can exclusively report that President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo last Wednesday gave executive approval for the implementation of the visa-free travel policy for all holders of passports issued by other African countries traveling to Ghana. Wow. Great initiative, right? Now, it will be recalled that the President Akufo-Addo, in his keynote address at the Africa Prosperity Dialogues, APD 2024, on Thursday, 25th January 2024, under the theme Developing Prosperity in Africa, Produce, Add Value and Trade, announced that his administration was committed to the visa-free travel policy for all Africans and that it would be implemented within this year. So we are here. Flip the page. This is what it is. My brother, we are the 5th country on the continent to establish this. My brother, my sister. Now, the setting was therefore appropriate for President of Ghana, yes, the President of Ghana, to pledge a visa-free policy because we want to encourage the whole of Africa to be free. So we all can come together, move into any part. Semi-border will be closed for good, and those other dangerous, demonic borders around Africa will be closed. So all you need to do is to work with your passport. Nobody stops you from, entering any country. My brother, my sister, this is what the story is talking about. Me as a Pan-Africanist can only applaud. We want the rest of Africa to also do this. Now, the Nigerian industrialist and the richest African, Aliko Dangote, has spoken about the frustration of traveling across the continent. We all remember that frustration, right? Because we are not able, my brother, my sister, to push our goods to travel around freely. My brother, my sister, this is what it is. And we're looking forward to having the whole of Africa open. Now, following the executive approval, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration and the Ministry of the Interior have initiated processes for executing the policy. What is outstanding is for the Ghana Immigration Service to announce a definite date for the visa-free policy to take effect. Now, the start date is anticipated to be Wednesday, the 1st of January 2025. 5 days before he says bye-bye to us. Now, with this approval and implementation of a visa-free travel policy for all African passport holders to Ghana, the West African nation will become the 5th country on the continent to institute such a policy. Which are the other countries? Rwanda, Seychelles, the Gambia, Benin. They took the lead. Rwanda, Seychelles, the Gambia, and Benin. Of course, Ghana has some visa-free initiative, agreement with some other countries like South Africa, Jamaica, and some other countries. I traveled into Jamaica with no visa. Oh yes, it's so sweet. My brother, my sister, congratulations to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That's it. My brother, this can only help bring Africa together. If we can travel from one country to the other, without borders stopping us, it means that we will also be able to have a single currency. And when we are free to move into each other's countries like that and territories, the more we'll be united and the more we will learn each other's cultures and so on and so forth. Congratulations, Mr. President. It will be one of the things people will remember you for, albeit the late approval. Thank you, Mr. President. We expected this long ago. But what happened to the ganja? We're expecting the ganja to also be legalized. They said they were waiting for your signature. What happened? Well, we'll look at it another time. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey! Way! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushonemo.
Very beautiful quote from Nelson Mandela. Yes, when your duty towards your people is complete and completed, there's one inevitable thing, death. But when it's not complete, that is when you fear to die. My prayer always is, Ya Allah, oh God, never call me until my duty, the purpose of my creation, is done with and completed. Amen. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. Now the next story is here. It says, real reason Bawumia conceded early. We all were happy when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia came out and conceded defeat, long before the EC even came in to say why. He conceded. Many people found so many reasons, but Dr. Bawumia himself has come out to tell us the reason he conceded defeat. Shall we take a look at that? And then we will have a conversation. Watch this.
Focus was service. Once I saw the results, and it was clear we were not winning this particular election, I thought it was not good to leave the country under tension for any length of time. In fact, by 3 a.m., we knew that we had lost the election. The Electoral Commission was going to take a few days to get to that conclusion, but our own collation, the data that we got from all the polling stations, was clear that we were not going to win this election. And so the question was, should we wait for the Electoral Commission to go through its processes and then announce in a few days' time, or do I go out immediately? There were different opinions, but I made the decision that it was better to go out. At 3 a.m., it was a bit early. People were sleeping. So I decided that we'll do it at 9 a.m. On Sunday morning. And so we gathered the press, and then I made my announcement that morning to say, you know, my opponent had won decisively, and we are conceding the election. And I think that that helped bring down the tension in the country and help the process of the transition. I made that early concession to preserve our peace in Ghana, because otherwise we could have had many, you know, incidents of violence across, and I could see the potential. And so I thought by an early concession, you know, everybody would relax, you know, the winners would relax, and we who had lost would also understand that we had lost. So that was it. And it was also very important that our democracy should be respected. democracy is about respecting the will of the people. You may think you are right, but the people may express a different view. And so once the people say, this is what we want, that is it. It's no ifs or buts. You accept the will of the people. And that is it. So for me, it was very simple, because the people had expressed their views by voting in one direction, and we had to accept it. There was no other issue around that particular expression. Then, I was also very concerned about the economy, because that foreign investment is very key to this country's economic growth. Any incidents of instability destroys confidence of foreign investors in any economy. And we have been trying to resuscitate this economy since COVID and all of that. And it was just too critical a time to allow instability into our country. It would deter. It takes a long time to recover confidence if it is lost. And I thought it was very, very important that we make sure that there is stability in Ghana, so that foreign investment and all the programs that we've initiated, there will be confidence, and that will continue, so that we can build this economy, even if it's under a new government. Then I was concerned about security in the sub-region. Any instability in Ghana, gives, succor to the terrorists in our sub-region. They'll find reason to be here. And so it was very, very important, for the sake of the security of Ghana, to really emphasize and prioritize.
Well, you were the vice president. He's made it very, very clear. When he was about to concede, some members of his team said, don't do it. It's too early. Even the Electoral Commission hasn't come out yet. It has never happened in the history of this country where a man concedes defeat before the Electoral Commission comes out. But Bawumia said that he needed to do that for some very good reasons. Number one, there was tension in the country. Number two, he was so sure of his coalition center. His team tallied the results properly, and he didn't doubt them. The direction the election was going, he knew he had lost. And he had lost decisively. He didn't need the EC to come and tell him that. So he had to just come out and concede. He mentioned some other things that are very important. The peace of the nation. Again, when an election is disputed, and that's the most important part, and I applaud him for that. Bawumia said when an election is disputed in a country, people who are supposed to come and invest in the nation shy away. I'm talking about investors. In a country that heavily relies on investors and investments, this country would have been doomed. They have spent so many years going around cajoling and pampering investors to come into the country. One election should not destroy all the hard work. That is somebody who thinks about the nation. But the people around him were saying, no, don't concede, it's too early. And he said, we put the team together to collect the results. The results coming in, they are clean. We have lost. My brother, I applaud Bawumia on this. Imagine Bawumia had not conceded defeat. Look how long it took the EC to come out and talk. This country would have been in flames. Remember that a week or two before the elections, I asked one question. That if the EC approaches Bawumia to say, you are losing the election, but there's something we can do to manipulate the results so you can win, will Bawumia accept it or not? Do you remember that question? All these things helped for us to come to where we are right now? I asked Bawumia that very important question. I knew he was going to lose. No two ways about that. But should they decide to manufacture and manipulate results for him, I was not ready to live in this country anymore. Because it wouldn't be the will of the people. But Bawumia has proven beyond doubt that, oh yes, he got to understand that Ghanaians are truly fed up with them and they had to make way. And it took him to come out and concede. As to whether he discussed it with Akufo-Addo or not, the most important thing was that he said at 3 a.m. he was going to come and concede. But it was too early. People were sleeping. So he waited 6 hours later at 9 a.m. Then he came to announce that he had lost the elections in good faith. Should we not applaud him? This is what every politician should do. Rather than saying that we are in a commanding lead when you know you are losing or you have lost. We thank God that the election ended nicely. Thanks so much to all the parties that played so well in these elections. In fact, thanks to Ghana, is the Blakk Pot, aka Kokushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Hey! Why? Wayo!
Blakk Pot, concession, man.
It's a beautiful Friday. Keep your comments coming in. Yes, keep them coming in. And we're going to take our final story for today. Final story. And watch this story. It's big. NDC is greedy. And this is Freddie Blay implying. Wow. Who is Freddie Blay? He's a stalwart of the NPP. He is shocked that his party has lost. He used to be called Elembele Mugabe. His two sons are alleged to be in state capture. In other words, stealing property of the state. He got angry and is asking the accuser to tell us his source of wealth himself. And that's Ablakwa. We dealt with that story yesterday. Today, he's saying the NDC is greedy. Why? Run the story. I am surprised that NDC has won 187 and still chasing after 2-3 seats. That's Freddie Blay talking. Run it, Mayo. Former chairman of the new patriotic party, the NPP, Freddie Blay, has raised concerns over the National Democratic Congress's decision to contest additional parliamentary seats despite its claim of a commanding majority. Now, during an interview on Joy FM on December 24, 2024, he described the move as unnecessary and potentially destabilizing the country's peace. So you see his level of thinking. Not all old men are wise. That's what we must know. In our country, anybody who has gray hair is King Solomon. We equate wisdom to age. My brother, are we looking for justice or we are just looking for numbers? NDC has won this number of seats already. For that matter, legally, it shouldn't contest others. You see the low level of thinking. And this man is a stalwart of his party. He was an MP representing a certain people with this level of thinking. These are the same people who say, oh, Mahama has been an assemblyman before. Oh, Mahama has been an MP before, deputy minister before, vice president before, president before. Why should he even contest for the presidency at all? You see? Low level of thinking. These are the people who are so low that we should put them in museums and go and worship them because they are too old to interact and think properly. I'm hurt. That is the dirty Ghanaian mind. He has reigned for so long. Let us push him out, even if we don't have a replacement for him. We will leave the place empty. How many people agree with me? A man will come out, he's a very good singer in Ghana. Everybody loves his music, but because he's reigned for the past 20 years, no, he's become an old man. He should go away, even though we don't have a replacement for him. We will force square pegs in round holes to replace him. Mess up, we don't care. That's the average Ghanaian thinking. Low level of thinking. Oh, Charlie, what check crowd or yan you free order for people from bra. Obia no about my ejuma oyen. Cry you free or what check crowd or ade. Somebody says God has blessed Mahama so much, so he shouldn't be running for presidency again. He's greedy. Mustafa Hamid, I think, was the one who said that. Look at the level of thinking. Hey! So if I go to school and study so hard, when others are sleeping and I'm burning the midnight oil, and I decide to reign for long because of my acumen, is it my fault that I'm the most brilliant? Is it my fault that I still make the best music? In our country, we kill talents before they even ripen properly. You go to America, 100-year-old man is still singing and people come to watch him and then comatose. They collapse when he starts singing. Not in Ghana. 45, you are too old. Please leave the scene. True or false? We are not ready to tap common sense. We are ready to tap age. We age shame a lot of people in the country. This is Freddie Blay saying, you have been a lawmaker before. What does the law say? You should compete. You are competing. It's about the people. Who do the people want? Oh, I have 180 something C's. So even if the people don't like the other people there, I won't compete anymore because I have enough. So we should give this as free, bonto to others. Even if the people don't like them, they should still vote for them. Anyway, it's a Blakk Paul, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Don't be scared to speak your mind. Just make sure you are knowledgeable enough to speak on every topic that you choose to speak on. Research so that guys like this do not frighten you and cower you into submission. A lot of them are just there because of past glories. They know nothing. When you challenge them a little bit, they fall flat like a house of cards. This is to the youth. Study and stop all the betting. Study, read, get knowledge. You can be a genius. Nobody was born to be a genius. Work hard. It's a Blakk Paul, aka Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Why? Why?